Welcome to another edition of ASG Let's Talk TV, a critical production. I am your host, Auntie Smell Goods. What I want to talk about early this morning at 4:45 in the morning, something that's been real dear to my heart. And what's been real dear to my heart is this whole Chad Wheeler, Taylor incident. It really disgusts me that this young man, that Chad Wheeler, who I call AKA I Beat Black Women, has the audacity to use his bipolarism as an excuse. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I suffer from schizoaffective disorder bipolar type. No, I'm not trying to compare mental illnesses and everything because we all may have different symptoms to this. But I want to explain something to the world about mental illness. Say, for instance, I go out here and I'm taking my medication as the doctor prescribed. Normally, when you get a prescription of a psych drug, your doctor will tell you that you should start to feel better in 2 weeks because it basically takes you 2 weeks to get a blood level. And a blood level is simply enough medication in your bloodstream for your symptoms to start to alleviate. They never totally go away. What medication does, it's no cure for mental illness, but the medication subdues a lot of the symptoms. And I can recall at one time I used to be on 900 milligrams of Seroquel, no lie. That's how mentally gone I was, but I wasn't taking care of my mental health. And at first, I didn't even know what was wrong with me. And then when I did get a diagnosis, I still wasn't taking care of my mental illness. I had so much going on in my life that superseded it. First, I had to get in touch with me. I had to forgive me for some stuff that wasn't even my fault, but I held on to since childhood. I lost a lot of stuff not taking care of my mental illness, but that's for another show. And I learned the hard way in life. There's a difference between mental health court and regular court. Let me get into this. Mental health court basically is a chance for mental health people to get the help that we need. But if you are in mental health court and you are not compliant with taking your medication, if you are a medication patient, you're going straight to jail. There's some rules for mental health people. And let me explain what I'm talking about. If I have an incident and I go out here and I hurt myself, I hurt somebody, but I'm on my medication. My medication is not working, but I contacted my therapist, my psychotherapist, and let them know that my medication is not working and I need to come in for an adjustment. And in between the adjustment period, from the time that I get the appointment to go into the therapist's office until the 2-week period, maybe 3 to 4, and a lot of medications you come back in and you get your blood drawn to see what what the levels are in your system. That lets the doctors know if you're taking your medication. And something happens that's beyond my control, then 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get a second chance through mental health court because it was beyond my control. And I want to read something. Wheeler admitted to attacking Taylor. That's Chad Wheeler and his ex-girlfriend, Aaliyah Taylor. But on Twitter, blamed it on a manic episode. Wheeler was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which he was on medication for and Taylor knew of, but had not taken it in days surrounding the assault. So, Wheeler, they have a place for people like you. It's called a psych ward in the prison system. You chose not to take your medication, which your neglect of your mental illness caused this young Black woman to be beaten, choked unconscious, and scarred for life. Someone that accepted you for all of you, your mental illness and all. And this is the way that you repay her. And then you had the audacity to blame it on a manic moment. But what you should have said is, I apologize for my level of ignorance and not taking care of my mental health, not taking my medication, which caused me to inflict some horrific pain on a young Black woman that accepted everything about me and loved me unconditionally. Up until that point that you try to take her out of here. But then I'm still having a hard time believing that it was the manicnism because you didn't attack the police. I'm having a hard time believing that. Yes, I hope she pressed charges, and I hope you get the 8 to 12 years. I really do. I hope you get the 8 to 12 years, simply because you out here living your best football dreams, and you're not caring about yourself, because if you was caring about yourself, you'd have been taking your medication. And I'm pretty sure you know what bipolarism is all about and why it's imperative that you take care of your mental health. I'm having a hard time believing that it was that, though. I really am. Because I know manic, when you're manic, you can experience highs and you can experience lows. But most of the time, I know when I'm manic, it's the best high in the world. I'm sitting up here on cloud 9. When I'm manic, I'm sitting real low and depressed when I crash. And a crash is ugly. I remember and I can recall when I wasn't taking care of my mental health and I was out in the world living my best life, experimenting with mood, mind altering chemicals that I had no business experimenting with, because like I said, I'm schizoaffected, bipolar type. And I don't mind talking about my mental illness, because if my mental illness or anything about my life can help that next person through my experience, strengths, and hopes, I'm all for it. And I know many a times I done sat in a jail, in a psych ward jail, because I refused to take my medication. And not taking my medication back when I was out in the world and putting all kinds of chemicals in me that I had no business taking on top of having issues up here. I did what I did, so I got what I got. With that said, boy, you need to go to the psych ward in jail. Simply because you really hurt her. This young lady has a concussion. She has a metal plate screws in her elbow, her arm, elbow. What was you thinking? You know, what was you thinking? It's really no excuse for what you did. And I really believe that you're using it as an excuse because of all the police shooting with the mentally ill and how the prison system and the judicial system is starting to take notice that mentally ill people need more help. But in your case, you weren't taking your medication, bro. You set yourself up for that. Knowing what bipolarism causes, you chose to be the cause of your own demise. And that's the best way I could say it. You caused your own demise. What you did to that young lady wasn't right. Aaliyah Taylor didn't deserve that. I know it, you know it, and the world knows it. And I really hope you get what you deserve. You need to be in a psych ward in jail. This young lady still believes that you are harm to her. And she has every right to feel that way. And I want to ask you one question. How many European girlfriends did you have? Did you do any of this to them? How could you? You had a young, black, beautiful young lady who was smitten with you. And you treated her like the garbage on the back of your bottom of your shoe. She didn't deserve that. And then you had the nerve to stand up in court and plead guilty. There's no insanity pleas for you. There's no mental health pleas for you because you wasn't taking your medication. And you should be held responsible for that. You really should. And I don't know why it's not more people still reporting on this case because everybody's reporting on Gorilla Glue, the girl they call Gorilla Glue. Yeah, I did a report on that, but I'm not going to keep going back and back over her stupidity neither. This is something right here that I'm going to continue to follow because I would like to see this man go to jail, go straight to the psych ward in jail. Because I truly believe that it's more to why you did what you did. And then you had a nerve to sit down and have dinner. And when she woke up, oh, you not dead? But yeah, when the boys in blue come, you just as peaceful. You just as calm. Well, let me tell you something. You must have the fastest mood swings that I've ever seen in life because I have never, and I'm not the only person that I know that's bipolar. I know several different people that's bipolar. I have never seen nobody come back to reality that damn fast. Go from manic to calm that fast. Manic crash come. I have never seen it happen that fast. You shaved your head, looking like a skinhead, and told a black woman to bow down to you. And because she decided she wasn't fit to do that, you try to take her out of here. Are you some kinfolk to them Proud Boys that married them two black women so they could be their personal slaves? Did you get in a relationship with this young lady, Mulder, for 6 months and then brought out your true colors? Because I don't believe you could blame it on the bipolarism. I'm sorry. You should have been taking your medication. You really should have. And the Seahawks better have let you go as fast as the NFL let Ray Rice go. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it just don't make no sense. And I pray that you get everything you deserve in a psych ward in your local penitentiary. And to the young lady, Miss Aaliyah Taylor, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. I really am. I pray that you heal in a timely manner. And I know it's going to take you some time to internally and mentally heal. The wounds will go away, the external wounds. It's that internal wound that may last a while. But don't let what someone of his character did define your future. And I'm going to say this in closing. To all you all that don't understand that the black woman is a queen and should be treated as such. I don't care if the black woman shoot dope in her neck. She is a queen and should be treated as such. I'm really heated. Don't get it twisted. I'm really heated, but I'm trying to change my YouTube page the way that I express myself so I can get some monetization, because I go in sometimes and it just messes my monetization up. And I'm trying to pick up some subscribers. So if you like what I'm talking about, please like and subscribe to the channel. I also want to shout out Mr. Kirk Nugent for helping me build my stream page, because on a couple of my videos, if y'all seen, I was using Streamlabs, and that's such a terrible program if you don't have a real good computer. And it was lagging. I liked the program, but it wasn't for me because it's just lag. Well, for that, you need something like a gaming computer or a Mac. And right now, I'm not financially stable. When I get some money, the first thing I'm doing after this COVID is finish getting my teeth fixed. And computers and everything else will come in God's will. I would like to shout out Kirk Nugent for helping me, because I done asked on my streams 100 times, can somebody give me settings, blah, blah, blah. He has a whole page, and I reached out to him, and I've been watching his stuff, which been teaching me, and I moved from Streamlabs to StreamYard. So I like this whole setup much better. It's easy to work with. It's not too much lagging. It's just Spectrum Cable. It's the most rottenest cable in the world. I swear to beans. So if you like this, please like and subscribe. And thank you for joining me on this short episode of ASG Let's Talk TV, a critical production. Be blessed by the best. I need to go to sleep. I ain't been asleep yet. And got to get right back up at 9 o'clock. So I can go buy me some vegetables from the market. I'm going to keep you, Aaliyah Taylor, in my prayers. I promise you that. And that's on God. Because no woman, I don't care what color you are, but especially my black women don't deserve that. And I'm out.